Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to your reading. I'm going to take a moment to spray some Florida water to cleanse the energy, clear any low vibrations that you may have been feeling or witnessing, observing. Divine is saying that you're very observant. You notice what a lot of people don't. You have very keen intuition. And so sometimes what comes along with that is picking up on everything around you. And so Divine is saying to allow yourself to step back. You do have very strong empathic abilities. So you are very well aware of what other people are feeling. You're aware of the situation of what's going on. And so Divine is saying that protecting your energy is one of the best things you can do to secure your success and to maintain staying on your path. You've been working really hard to stay on your path, and Divine is supporting you on all of your missions right now because you have some really beautiful things in the works. Okay, you're cooking up some beautiful things. And I don't know yet who this reading is for. I know Spirit was saying as I was getting ready, somebody's outside doing something, working. I feel like you're busy. I feel like that's what's coming through with all that noise. I feel like you're busy. You're getting a lot done. And Divine is just reminding you to take good care of yourself too. To slow down whenever you need to. Whenever you need to. Slow down. Okay, give yourself that grace, give yourself that reassurance that you don't have to overwork yourself. Okay, but you're doing beautiful things. I'm so excited. I'm gonna see which sign this is for. All right, so I took Aries out because we just finished Aries. I posted that a couple days ago. So we're gonna see who this message is for. Yeah, I was saying, Spirit was saying to hold on during this reading. They were like, this is gonna be a wild ride. So I'm gonna tell you that too. Just hold on. Spirit's got it. Yes, I can't wait to see what's coming through. All right, Divine, who is this message for? Ooh, this is for Taurus. That's so funny because I was looking at something. I think it was in a card in a deck that was related to Taurus. Whew. Yes. Venus is coming through. Ashe Aphrodite. All right, Taurus. I know that at this time, grounding is very important because you want to get secure for the abundance that you're receiving. It's what you're manifesting right now. It's coming through. I feel like there was a recent setback that you experienced regarding a goal that you have, and this is related to your prosperity. This is so important to you, Taurus, because you know that, Earth energy begs for security. Earth energy wants to feel like, I got this. Or you got this. Somebody got this. When there's an appearance of a lack of financial prosperity or provisions, it really takes our Earth energy for a ride. And that may be what Divine was saying. Get ready for the ride. There's something that appears like it's not working, but it is. And Divine is asking that you remain grounded. I see that there with the bull, just grounded and secure and like, I'm good. I'm good. You're good. Okay. Oh, I love that. All right, I'm going to pull this balance card. Already came through when I was setting up. you may have received had a significant experience with the eclipse. I'm seeing that with the night and day there, that balance card. But what Divine is saying is that for you, the recent solar eclipse opened up portals for your prosperity. Okay? If you feel drawn to it, tap into the keys of Solomon. I wear mine on rings. They're sigils that help you to manifest. Make sure you can see it there. I put lotion and stuff on. But they're sigils to help you manifest certain abilities and miracles in your life by connecting with the planetary energies. And so you can connect with the pinnacles of the moon, the pinnacles of the sun, to help create balance and wealth. There are pinnacles that will help you from the key of Solomon, that will help you to manifest prosperity, protection, knowledge, awareness. It's amazing. Okay, and you can just meditate with the sigil, hold it close to you, and then every time you wear it, like if you have it on a piece of jewelry, you're reinforcing that connection with that energy, and you're making your magic stronger. So what you're working now to manifest, it will happen more quickly as you strengthen the images of your future that you want to see. And it's so like, okay, so in my closet, I have on a poster, what if it all goes right? What if it all goes right? Because from childhood, I was programmed to think it's all going to go wrong. Of course it's going to go wrong because it's been going wrong, right? So that's what we get conditioned to think and feel and then imagine and manifest, is everything going wrong. But the more and more you focus on visualizations of what you want, and when you feel bombarded by thoughts of what could go wrong, you immediately replace it with something else. You don't even give it the time of day. You're like, I'm not doing that because I know what's waiting for me. It's goodness. All right, you've got Sight of Owl. So there is wisdom that you have access to at this time that you didn't have access to before. You've learned so much on your path. You're a very gifted learner. You're a gifted learner, okay? And the reason why I say that is because spiritually, you are ready for lessons that can take lifetimes to grasp. But your learning is accelerated in this lifetime because you're so motivated to grow. So you're tuning into wisdom that is from not only your past lives, your past experiences, it's also from your ancestors. The eclipse that we experienced opened up a portal with your connection to your ancestors. And so you have a much stronger connection to them now that you can take advantage of. The connection is available. It doesn't mean that it's automatically like strong. You'll want to tap into it. So talk to your ancestors. You can do that by talking to them. You can leave out a glass of water for them. You can light a candle for them. Honor your ancestral energy in some way that feels significant or special or meaningful or purposeful to you. And then that way, you're going to have more communication that comes in from them. And they're going to continue to guide you. But it's going to feel more natural. You're really developing an ancestral relationship here. Okay, so that's really cool. This one is calling me. It just stayed there. Okay, so you got the Lover's card. Okay. Oh, and you got Temperance. Okay. So I feel like a lot of your growth right now is happening through your love. I just want you to also maintain focus on your gifts and how you're using those to create prosperity in your life, because you are on fire right now, okay? And this is something that you deserve. So your creative energy, continue to use that. As long as you remain aware of what's going on, your love life will do what it needs to do. Like, what needs to happen in it will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what Spirit is saying is that you don't have to stress about love. You might feel like that, but remain mindful in your love connection. Remain aware. But if you start to feel like this temptation to think about it all the time and worry about it, that's not the path that Spirit is inviting you to continue on. They're saying you don't have to worry. Because as you do what you love and what's meant for you to do in this life, your love life will flow exactly where it needs to go. You are manifesting the love that you desire by fulfilling your heart's desire. What it is that your soul wants you to do, what you feel so driven to do, when you feel connected to Spirit, that thing right there, that activity, that means of expressing artwork or whatever it is, that is what will guide your love life in the direction that it needs to go in. It's just going to happen naturally for you because you're aligned. And so all of the energy that you're putting into being aligned, all of the self-care that you're doing, all of the listening to people who lift your vibration and make you feel lighter and stronger, all of that you're doing is priceless. You could not put a price on that, because that energy right there, that self-care and that really just nurturing yourself and allowing yourself to be nurtured, that is what will manifest for you everything that is within your reach right now. And those are miracles. Those are visions that come to life. Oh my God. Ooh. Okay. It's beautiful. All right, Taurus. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this Celtic cross spread and see the guidance that Spirit is bringing through for you. Ashe, what messages do you have for this beautiful being, divine? Okay, move that out the way. Ooh, okay. There we go. Okay, so I really like your outcome because it's clarity. That's what's coming to you. That's what you're manifesting right now, is clarity. Because I feel like there are some things that have just been, they felt like you keep going over them in your mind, trying to work out a solution, and nothing has really seemed to pan out. You haven't been feeling like things are panning out for you lately, okay? Okay, so this one actually was flipped over. Okay, oh wow, okay. So you've got, for your current situation, 3 of Swords. I can see that there's been heartbreak, there's been some conflict that has made you feel sad, and it's put you in a state of grief. And it feels really heavy. It's like sometimes your heart has just ached, you know what I mean? That deep sense of pain. that's crossed with the Two of Pentacles. So you felt like this disappointment, this grief that you've been feeling has gotten in the way of your ability to balance things in your life. And somehow this has affected you with your physical state. For some of you, it's affected your health. It may have affected your earnings. But it affected you in a real way that you could observe in the physical realm. And that's what grief does. It hurts to the core. It hurts to the core. Some of you lost someone, and I don't like to say lost, but you know, when they cross over, we lose them in a sense, right? There's someone that you love who has crossed over within the past few years, and it feels sometimes so fresh. So for some of you, that's the grief. It's a feeling of loss, where that person is not with you in the same way that you used to spend time with them, you know. But Divine is saying to speak with them, talk with them. You don't have to do it out in public, but when you're alone, talk to your loved one. Say everything you would say as if y'all were sitting on the sofa together. You know? It's so healing because, let me tell you something, after a while, there's an exchange. And that exchange might not be verbal. It might not be like you're hearing their voice. For some people it is, if you are naturally gifted as a clairaudient. For some people, you're going to feel a breeze when you say their name, or when you start to talk to your loved one, or the lights will flicker, or something will fall. I mean, spirits are real. So just know that when things start happening, it's not meant to be creepy. It's just meant to confirm that there is a connection there with your loved one. I do feel that for some of you, the sense of loss, the sense of grief that you've been suffering from is due to a betrayal. You trusted someone and they did not handle your heart carefully. They didn't do that. And they should have done that. Okay? They should have done that. Your basis here is Six of Cups. So this is about giving and receiving. This is about reciprocity. And Divine is saying that you are due a payment. Okay? And these doors are opening for you to receive the goodness that you deserve. There's a cycle change that's happening here. That's why I see the eclipse as being so significant for you. You're going to start, you may have already started to feel this sense of relief where you just feel a little bit lighter. You just feel like that thought that kept coming to you and was so problematic before, you can just kind of sweep it away or transform it into a thought that works for you, a thought that supports your soul's true intentions and what's really right for you. Okay? This is about a relationship. You're developing a very strong connection to the spirit realm at this time. So that's why those of you who have lost someone, that's why that's so significant right now, is because you're going to experience so much with your loved one having crossed over. It sort of is like a key to an ability that you have been curious about or have felt that you had, but you didn't know how to develop it. That's what's happening now, is you're learning about spirit communication on a whole other level. That's going to make you so comfortable with talking to those who used to exist here on the third dimension with us, but now give us access to other dimensions. And so that's awakening a lot of your intuitive power. Your loved ones are supporting you from the other side. That's a major message here. And they are helping you to increase your awareness and your intuition. They want you to trust your voice. They want you to trust what spirit brings through, because you know, you feel, but sometimes there's a thought that like, nah, that couldn't be real, or nah, I'm not. Yes, you are. You are gifted. You're a gifted learner. Remember that. In your past, you let something go. So there's something that felt very painful to let go of, but you did let go. And divine is like, they're all standing up. You're getting a standing ovation from your spirit squad. They're like, they did that. Because that's hard to do. A lot of times people don't want to give up something that they're used to, or something that provides a level of pleasure, but isn't really going to help you to be who you want to be. So you let go of something. And divine is saying that that relationship, that habit, that series of thoughts that would circle through your mind, you know, by releasing that, you opened up doors to a whole new level of intuition and of joy in your life. And that deserves to be celebrated. I'm thinking here of El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And, you know, divine is saying to really celebrate those that you love who have crossed over through some sort of ritual. Connect with them. You can make a little garden if you have a space outside. You can make a little garden for them. You can plant a flower in your home, or a plant in your home, and dedicate that to them. You can set up a whole altar. You can do whatever you want to do. But connect with that power of your loved ones on the other side. Okay, in your present, you have 5 of Wands in reverse. So you're letting go of some conflict. You're like, there's a struggle that you've been fighting and battling that you're tired of. And you realize now that you're worth more. You're worth more than the amount of effort you kept putting into fighting this battle. For some of you, this was a relationship that you were trying to maintain. For some of you, it's a thought process that you're just like, I'm not doing that anymore. I feel like for some of you, it's how you are deciding to deal with your grief. Whatever it is in your life that you feel that, you know, it resulted in you feeling betrayed, or in feeling a heavy sense of grief. You're changing how you're looking at it. And that's what Spirit is saying, is that, and see that just right there, turning that energy around equips you with the strength that you need to move forward. Because in a way, you're surrendering, but only to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not surrendering to the fight that you need to fight in order to increase your courage and remind you that you are amazing, but you're letting go of the unnecessary stuff. The competition. I feel that you're really letting go of a competition. You're like, fuck that. You're like, there's something better for me. You realize that you can use your power for something so much more worthy of your time than a competition. A question of who's better, or who's more advanced, or who's smarter, or who's more good looking, or who's more successful. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if a person can't lay their head on their pillow and go to sleep in peace, they're not winning. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how good they look. I don't care who they have on their arm. if you can't sleep at peace at night, I mean, that's the goal, right? And that's what you're saying. I'm getting my sleep. I'm getting my peace. I'm getting my goodness. And that's why these doors are opening up for you, is because you've given up on a struggle that you never needed to fight, because you were always advanced. You were always prepared. You just didn't realize it. But now you're realizing how amazing you are. And you're like, I don't have to fight this fight anymore. I've already passed the test, you know? Good on you. I love that. Okay, so for your future, you have 9 of Cups. I'm telling you that. Look. Enjoying life. A wish is fulfilled. This is beautiful. And with this card, I'm getting Venus energy. I'm getting your planet's energy, Taurus. I'm getting a plenty, having enough, and having more than enough. Feeling good, vibrating high. That's what's coming to you. That's in your future. So there's no need to look at anything else, because if you know that that's what's coming to you, be confident in that. Don't let the appearance of anything around you dissuade you. Dissuade you, right? Don't let anything make you feel like things are not going in the direction that they need to go in for your success. Get that in your head. 9 of Cups. That's your reality. Okay, for your okay, so for your power, you have the Hermit. And you know, this is the card for Virgo. You might be involved with a Virgo in a friendship, a relationship. So this is your earth neighbor. That's this energy coming through. Feeling grounded. But also, your intuition is accurate. I want you to understand that. Your intuition is accurate. You have the power of spiritual insight, of spiritual enlightenment. So everything that you need access to, you have access to it. Right here. Right here. Oh, I'm doing ASMR now. Right here. Now, right here. Your third eye is so legit. It is so packed with information and downloads. Spirit is saying just get quiet enough to hear it. Get quiet enough, get still enough to notice these subtle signs coming to you from Spirit. The signs are there. And that happens a lot. We humans become very distracted because there's a whole lot of distractions around, right? But come back to the beauty of you. Come back to your magic, because you have a plenty of it. With this Hermit card, you're seeing things that you have never seen before, because portals are open to you that were not open before. Okay? All right. The people around you, you have the Hanged Man. So somebody's seeing something from a different perspective. And there's a lot of self-reflection that's going on too here with this card. They're looking at themselves like, who am I? How have I treated other people in my life? They're starting to self-reflect. And this is something that they really haven't been bothered about in the past. But now they're ready, because they're growing spiritually. There's someone around you who has required a lot of patience spiritually, but they are working. Not at your pace, but they're working. And so that's why patience has been required, because they're not moving at your pace. But remember, you are advanced. You are a gifted learner. So you have to have patience, or it is up to you. You have free will. But it would be good to have patience with people around you who are genuinely trying. And if somebody is manipulating or not putting forth any effort, then they're off the list. Move to the side, boo-boo, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But people who are truly making an effort, they're worth being patient with. But somebody is seeing themselves in a whole new light for the first time. I don't feel like they're very pleased with what they're seeing, because they know they could have done better. They're in this stage of like self-pity, where they know that they didn't do right by you, or they didn't do the best that they should have done or could have done. But they are just realizing that now. And they feel very regretful, but also kind of surprised by their own lack of awareness. Okay, they're growing, like they're in a very sticky place karmically, because it's really time for them to awaken. And they're going to have to be very conscious about their choice to awaken, because they could easily remain stuck, because it just feels so like natural to them. But now it's kind of like, you know how the oyster makes the pearl. They get a piece of sand in there and they're irritated, and they start covering it in layers that become beautiful and become a pearl. But that's what's happening with this person. They're seeing things within themselves that they can't stand anymore, because they're becoming self-aware. And I feel like this has felt very emotionally charged, because the two of you were meant to trigger certain things within one another. Divine is saying right now, the best thing to do is to focus on you. Be kind and patient. Not overly nice. just cool, you know, and patient with this person. But bring your focus to your gifts and your missions for growth, okay? Because I know that you are very motivated and you have things that you want to accomplish. And so Divine is saying to focus on that. Okay, so for worries and fears, there's 9 of Swords. I feel like anxiety has been an obstacle. And I feel like, you know, sometimes when we experience something that is so painful, we start to fear the possibility of experiencing it again. So I feel like there's a fear of experiencing anxiety. Divine is saying that you're overcoming the obstacles that have held you back in the past. And one of those is anxiety, because you're learning how to identify triggers. You're learning how to identify your body's responses to things in your surroundings. And so all of that is building your personal strength. That's really cool, because what that means, and see, that's why that Death card came up, because this is about renewal. You are letting go of those things that no longer serve you. And the way that you're rebuilding your world is by learning from that. And instead of shaming yourself for having a certain reaction to something that happens around you or in your world, you're starting to understand what your body is telling you. So if you have struggled with anxiety, just know that this is a really beautiful era for you, where you are learning new ways to look at some of those obstacles that used to hold you back. And you're starting to see it as a superpower and as a message instead of a trigger or something that Spirit is bringing through to help you adjust and cope with what is right in front of you, okay? So that's truly what your body is doing, and you're taking notes. You're very aware of what's going on within your body, and that's going to help you to feel grounded, because I remember at the beginning when I selected your coin, I know that Spirit is saying that you need to feel more secure right now, okay? So by no longer viewing your body as your enemy, you're seeing it as your ally, even when it gives you those signals that sometimes feel annoying or shocking. You're learning to see it as a message, okay? All right, so your outcome is Ace of Swords. This is about a breakthrough. Let me tell you something, Taurus. Your intuition and your relationship with your ancestors is going to bring such new depths of understanding, of wisdom to you. You are going to experience a breakthrough, and this process has already begun. So some of those things that you're looking at, like, was that a fail? No, it was a lesson, and it's bringing you closer to the awareness that you need in order to move forward with more contentment, more joy, more peace, and more gratitude for your success. Every success. Big successes, little successes, every success is a success. And you're realizing that you have a power that you didn't know about before. You weren't able to tap into it. You had a certain level of awareness, but you did not have the confidence that was needed to get you to really activate your gifts. Now your gifts are fully awakened and activated. And you are mighty. You are a power that is not to be feared, but I mean, you know, the thing is that we all have free will. So if you were to build up all this power and then use it for something, I just wouldn't want to be your enemy. Let me say that. I wouldn't want to be your enemy. They need to watch out, okay? Because this is about a whole new phase of your life. And you're realizing your power. And you're going to be able to manifest things in a much shorter time frame than before. Yeah. You are a force to be reckoned with. All right, that's you. Breakthrough, truth, victory, mental clarity, communication and new ideas, and strength and adversity. Divine is saying that everything that appears to be an obstacle is an opportunity. Okay? Every person who got in your way, every person who said something hurtful or did something hurtful or betrayed you, all of those situations in your life were opportunities to gain strength and adversity. Because where you're headed, you will experience adversity, but it won't phase you. Because you're mastering those skills now. Where there's going to come a point where there's no one who can confront you and you be intimidated by that or shaken by that. It's not going to stir you, you know? You're going to be like, okay, next. And you know, was that all? You know, it's not going to phase you. All right, Taurus, you are a force to be reckoned with. I think that's going to be the title. Ashe. All right, Taurus, I hope these messages were helpful to you. And yeah, I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.